Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. Over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of thinking about War Thunder, but over the last few days, I've been thinking to myself, why do we even play? It's a question that I feel like a lot of people, they don't ask themselves, or they don't really think about for one reason or another. It's just, you log in, you play, you get some kills, you get killed a few times, and that's pretty much it. And as I'm reaching 50,000 subscribers, I'll be there very soon. Thank you all so much. In fact, actually, June was my most successful month ever. I had nearly 5,000 subscribers. Over 1 million views for the first time, and I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. And, I just want to say, before I even get any further in this video, thank you. Seriously, thank you all so much. I mean, this is well beyond what I ever thought my channel would be, and my channel would be nothing if not for the support of literally all of you. Whether you watched my videos and gave it a dislike or a like, the likes are really cool, but even if you watched it all the way through and you just said, hey, this isn't for me, you've still helped me tremendously by improving my channel and letting me see exactly what works and what doesn't. So thank you all, and hopefully soon enough I'll hit 100,000 after I hit that 50, but either way, what I was thinking about was, why do we play War Thunder? And I released a poll about 5 days ago as of the recording of this video. And that poll specifically asked, is grinding to top tier vehicles your goal in War Thunder? And 21,000 people, a little bit more than 21,000 people voted on it, and 68% said yes, grinding to top tier vehicles is their goal in War Thunder. And I thought to myself, of course this is a very specific question, was grinding for top tier your goal in War Thunder? It's not necessarily the answer to why do you play War Thunder, but rather, now that you're playing War Thunder, why are you playing it? Not what got you into it, but what's your goal while you play? And I thought to myself, why do I play War Thunder? Why does everybody play War Thunder? And I'm sure that a large portion of players probably say, wow, you know what? The F-14, the M1 Abrams, the T-90s, the T-80s, the Leopard 2s, all these vehicles in War Thunder, I want them. And so they start on their path when they're playing the Panzer IIs, the M2A4, whatever the tank may be or the plane may be, and that's what their goal is. They see these Halo vehicles and they grind for them, and a lot of people don't realize that it will probably take many months, if not possibly years, to really unlock all the vehicles that you want, or even the majority, just because Gaijin keeps adding new and new content, and it just creates, a lot of, I guess you could say, chaff in the middle between your goal and what you currently have, but I digress. In a way, it's almost kind of like how automobile manufacturers, such as Dodge here in the US, might have the Dodge Challenger Demon, which is a ridiculous vehicle. I think it went 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds, the fastest for an internal combustion engine car ever. At least for a stock vehicle from the factory. And nobody will purchase that vehicle. Very few people will purchase a Dodge Demon. It is absolutely ridiculous, but you know what it does? It puts the spotlight on the lesser models of the Dodge Challenger. And that's kind of what this does, right? Like, you see the F-14 is in War Thunder. Now all of a sudden War Thunder has a ton of press, and they get a lot of people to play the lesser vehicles, such as the F4. Not that the F4 Phantom is a lesser vehicle in some people's eyes. Some people might prefer the F4 Phantom over the F14, but I digress. Or the P51, and it shines a spotlight on these lesser vehicles. And that's what makes people want to play. And in that way, that's kind of what keeps us going, right? It's just, wow, you know what? I didn't realize, but this is a really cool vehicle, It's the unexpected surprises along the way, the vehicles that you never really thought that you'd like to play, or you never really gave too much mind to, that you end up enjoying a lot. I'm finding that with the T55. I love the T55, and the T54s in the USSR tech tree. Amazing vehicles in War Thunder. Absolutely love them. I would actually suggest everybody go try them out if you have the chance to do so. Excellent vehicles. They are really, really fun. But again, that's not really the point of this video. So why do we play War Thunder? What is it that makes us play War Thunder? And I think that it's a multifaceted response, and that will be different for most people. I know for me, it's largely because I love history, and I see the vehicles that I used to watch on TV, because I grew up before YouTube was a thing, and I used to watch a ton of History Channel, and I used to see these vehicles on the History Channel and just say, whoa, the Tiger tank. And you get this really crazy, whatever the History Channel painted for you, you'd get this picture of that vehicle, and that's what you had, Like, you didn't have all these millions of sources online that you would just readily look at and say, okay, the Tiger is a pretty flawed vehicle. You would have this idealized version of the vehicle that was just painted on you, and I have that still. I have that ideal, like, I realize what the Panther, the Tiger, and all these vehicles from World War II were. You know, I know their strengths and weaknesses, especially now that I've studied them over the past few years. But I still, every single time I get into one of those vehicles from War Thunder, it just fills me with this sense of history and this love for the vehicle and this feeling that the people who modeled these vehicles might even share at least an inkling of what I feel when I use the vehicles that they modeled. And for me, that's why I keep playing War Thunder, you know? That's something that nobody could ever take away from me. That's something that you see content creators, they're trashing on War Thunder, call it a bad game. They say, why do I even play this? War Thunder's going down the tubes. But you know what War Thunder has better than any other game out there? And I'm not just saying that because I'm a content creator for War Thunder and the content creator program. You guys should know, or at very least you could look at some of my videos in the past. I am not one to hold punches against Gaijin. You know, if Gaijin does wrong, I will call them out on it. And if they do right, I praise them for it. You know, just like if I do wrong, you guys call me out on it. If I do a good thing, let me know. You know, I'm interested. Good feedback is good feedback, even if it's negative. And the one thing that you cannot take away from Gaijin, that you can never take away from War Thunder, or at least I hope you can never take away from it, is this feeling that you're playing history, that you are, in a way, a part of history. And yeah, I get it. You know, you can take a Tiger 1 and face it versus a PT-76. You know, of course, that's not historical matchmaking. But there's just this feeling that when you are in a Tiger 1 and you're facing an M4A4 or something, or an M4A2, or a Jumbo Sherman, or T-34-85, whatever the case may be, and you just see that even if it's a weirdly computer modeled thing, right, even if it's not entirely accurate, like you're in Normandy and you're facing T-34 versus a Tiger thing, not really historically accurate, it still feels like, wow, these are the battles that people fought, you know, 80 years ago, 90 years ago, at the 90 almost, well, we'll be 90 soon enough, and it's just, I don't know, it's a sense of history, you know, in a weird way. And again, you know, War Thunder's not this grand, realistic simulator of tanks, ships, and airplanes. I don't really think many people are claiming that. In my mind, it's a pretty decent cross between arcade and simulation, something that can get a lot of people into it, but it's also something that can satisfy the more hardcore players who like to play multiplayer games, and that's where I sit, you know? I mean, I sit into something where it's like, I don't want a World of Tanks, you know? I don't want something where a Tiger 2 feels fairly similar to another vehicle, or this, that, or the other thing. Where every vehicle has their realistic properties, close enough at least, and you can actually play them how they were made in real life, based on the specification. And again, War Thunder is not a perfect simulator of that, but they do a good enough job, and they mix it well enough with an arcade feel that I feel like it's great. And that's what keeps me playing, you know? That's what got me into War Thunder, and it's just this feeling where I'm part of history, in a way, in this really loose 21st century way, that I'm part of history that I never lived, but that I saw on TV, and I saw recreated every night on the History Channel, back when the History Channel was the History Channel, around the same time that MTV was, I guess, still playing music, but that's beside the point. Let me know what you guys think, you know, let me know what keeps you playing War Thunder. If I had to guess, a lot of it would have to be this grind, this urge to get into top tier and just see what it's like at the top. And I could tell you this, guys, it's not all that great. It's pretty much the same as everything else. It's just a little bit faster. And honestly, top tier is a little bit more annoying than every other tier out there because it feels much more generic because, hey, we don't have the specifications for a lot of these vehicles. You know, the US government is not going to give up all their specifications for the M1A2, just like the British government is not going to give up their specifications for the Challenger 2. Although, these days, you don't really need the government to give up those specifications if people, especially crewmen, will give them up in forums. But again, I digress. Either way, just let me know what keeps you guys playing. Is it the grind to the top? Is it this need to feel like you've gotten somewhere in the game? Is it the historical realism, semi-historical realism, just the kind of like LARPing history, kind of like what I do? Let me know. You know, I mean, it's what keeps me playing, and it's why I never really get bored of this game. Because every time I get into an ME-262, or an M4 Sherman, or T-34, or even some French and Italian tanks, I feel the history, and it's a really cool feeling. But again, just let me know in the comments below, and I'm interested to see. But either way, again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for getting me basically to 50,000 subs. I'll see if I can do something special for you guys because you deserve it. A million views in 1 month is incredible for me. That's like 30,000 plus a day, which is just, again, just absurdly cool. So thank you. Either way, this is Tankenstein signing out. See you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.